You curse the sun anyways. You're a night goblin.
That's true. Why couldn't it be an egg? Why is it not an egg?
You're not an amphibian.
Chicken's lay eggs.
Take it back. Put it back inside. I don't want it anymore.
2 days before the date, but we live on the edge, baby.
We don't need to live on the edge. We can live far from the edge if we want to.
Welcome. It's number 15? 16?
Wrong.
16.
Yep.
Sesenta.
No.
No.
It's 16. You're
16.
You're supposed to be a Spanish lady.
Yeah, that's right. Welcome to another family fun episode of COOP Therapy, where we solve your problems from the comfort of our living room.
I can't even solve my own problems.
We can't. We're really bad at problem solving.
I'm not solving anyone else's problems.
No. I try. It's a toxic trait.
What, solving other people's problems?
Just giving every single piece of advice in my brain that does not always help. And that, sometimes isn't warranted. But I just feel like I have to try. Someone says they have a headache. I will tell them 7 different ways to get rid of that headache. Maybe they just wanted to complain about the headache. Not in my book. You're going to get fucking rid of that headache.
Let them live, dog.
I know, I need to.
Let them fucking live.
What's new since last week? What have we been doing?
Nothing.
Well, that's all right. It's that time of year.
What time of year is that?
Nothing time.
Nothing time?
It's May Gray.
It's sunny as shit outside.
It is today. This day doesn't count. But last week was fucking depressing. Earlier this week, sadness in the forecast.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I could handle them much more than May Gray.
Don't you want to live in the Pacific Northwest?
Yeah, but it's a different kind of gray. It rains. The rain is
gray.
different.
Gray is gray.
No, this is like a flat, white, bright gray. It's
gray is gray.
It's very boring.
Gray is gray.
It's pretty chilly, too.
It's so warm today.
Today is great. Today doesn't count.
Well, you can't say it on a day that's not gray.
Today is a beautiful day.
What are you going to say on a day that's not gray?
Thank God it's not gray. It's a nice day.
Mm-hmm.
Unless I don't feel like doing anything, then I curse the sun.
You curse the sun anyways. You're a night goblin.
That's true.
You're a, what is it? What is on that candle behind you? Daughter of darkness?
Yeah.
You. Nighttime. Witch. Cat. It's black ones.
Macabre.
Corn?
This is macabre. Macabre.
What is macabre?
Macabre, it's like spooky. It's like over dramatic goth Victorian. Like what is in the shadows? What we do in the shadows?
That's macabre?
Yeah.
I don't like that word.
It has an R in it. Macabre.
It's a British word.
Look it up.
Macabre.
Macabre. They don't say their R.
Macabre.
There you go.
That's how it came to be, probably.
Yeah. No R.
It's because they couldn't say the R.
But I'm pretty sure that's what it means.
But do you know 100%?
No.
You seemed very confident.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
You seemed extremely confident.
I don't think I'm 100% sure of anything.
There's got to be at least one thing you're 100% sure on.
I know I love dill pickles. I know I love you. I'm sure that I love... Am I wrong?
Kinda.
Okay.
I mean, it has to do with that, but the first definition by Oxford Languages, shout out European people.
Europe's good.
Shout out Europe's. Disturbing and horrifying because of involvement with or depiction of death and injury.
Oh, that's spooky.
Kind of spooky, very dark, very macabre, if you will.
Vampires.
Can you explain a word without saying the word?
Like Pictionary?
No, like can you like if you couldn't say the word baseball?
Round. Laces. Red. Takes too long. Throw. Hard. White.
Okay.
Would you be able to figure out baseball?
I don't know, probably not.
Do you want to give me a word that you're going to describe and I'm going to guess it?
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Wooden. Come on.
Tree.
No, false. It was skateboard. You lose.
Wait, I just get one word?
Yeah, dude.
Oh.
All right, describe something to me. Go.
Beige. And it's not me.
My pants.
No.
Khakis.
No. Christmas paper. It's beige.
That's terrible.
It's good.
This is going to be an interesting one.
Why?
Because.
Do you want to tell our friends about our time at the aquarium?
All right. The aquarium is top 10 places to be of all time.
It's great.
However, it is not the top 10 place to be all time because of the kids.
Yeah.
Scenery, great. Atmosphere, 0 out of 10.
We picked a really busy day during the week to go, much busier than I thought it was going to be. I did not factor in, I knew there was going to be kids there, but I didn't factor in like 7 different schools of 7-year-old kids on a field trip.
Yeah, and then the little bastard with the flat top socking the glass in front of the penguins.
We should make a poll. Is it okay to yell at other people's children, especially if like you don't know them and you don't have kids?
It's circumstantial. What happened at the aquarium? Yes, you should have yelled at that kid. Stop messing with the penguins. The penguins are
They were sleeping. They were right next to the glass, and they see the kid tap tap tap.
It started as light taps,
Yeah.
and then it was
smacking. And I had taken an edible. We were cruising. We were having such a nice time. We were being really, I feel like, patient with the kids and like just trying to move on.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw a couple kids tapping, and I was like, wow, that's really annoying. There's signs everywhere. And then you just see them slapping the glass. And
it was the worst.
I was like, I said like, don't, or something like that. And then when they started slapping it, I was like, hey. And then I yelled at the really nice girl. I felt so bad. I still feel bad. I want to write a letter.
Yeah, you yelled at a child, and then you yelled at the poor 18-year-old girl that happened to be working there.
Fuck that
for not
kid.
yelling at the kid.
I know. I should have yelled at the kids directly.
It really makes me. The whole time we were walking around, I was just hoping for the misfortune of those children. Like it clearly said, "Do not climb on the rocks," and the kids were climbing on the rocks, and I was like,
inside the enclosure,
inside of the little area that they weren't supposed to, and I was like, fall in, please.
Surrounded by chaperones, and not a single one. I mean, I don't know. That's a really tough age. They're really just aggressive at that age, and I just
because they're fine, and then they hit, what is it, like 7 to 10?
Yeah.
And then they're shit, and then after 10, it's like they're fine and they're self-sufficient again.
Well, and I feel like around that age, this is an observation. We don't have kids, but this is an observation of the kids surrounding us. Is that's kind of the age where they start trying to be cool in front of their friends, and they start trying to show off, and
they're
like
mouthy.
They're mouthy.
They're so mouthy. Shut the hell up.
They just, and I don't know. I don't know. They were so just mean and loud and just very abrasive at that age. And the chaperones were doing fuck all.
They weren't doing a goddamn thing.
They should have just waited in the car. It was more annoying that they were there and not doing anything about I mean, you can't do a lot with, kids on a field trip. It's very high energy. I remember those days, very exciting. But you got to keep them in line a little bit.
There was zero line.
There was zero line.
There was zero line.
And I don't regret yelling at that kid. I'd do it again. I will not yell at that girl again, though. I felt
Those
bad.
penguins don't owe that kid a goddamn thing.
No, absolutely not. Those penguins don't owe anyone anything. And they were just having a nap. It was like midday on Thursday, having a damn nap.
They're not for
Freaking Tommy and Tyler come up slapping the glass like a bunch of dickheads.
I should have tripped him.
Oh my God. I
would have loved to trip that kid.
God, they were just so annoying and so unpleasant.
That doesn't make it that doesn't make me want kids.
Oh my God, no. It really solidifies my
That makes me hate them so much more, and it makes me so sad about the future because listen, we don't have kids, so it's tough for me to comment on any parenting style because I don't know. But at the same time, there was not a person laying down any sort of law. You watch that kid, there was people, the people watching the kids climb on the rocks, it's the sign is right there. You know that you're not supposed to do that, and you're not saying a word.
Yeah. And it wasn't just climbing on the outside rocks. That's, whatever. Kids want to see, they want to touch all the things. They're slamming their hands into the little anemone enclosure inside the central rock on the coral.
Yeah.
In the enclosure.
Yeah.
They were inside of it and just no one cared. And it's just it is a very hyperactive age. They were so excited. I'm sure we were like that when we were little, but you gotta.
Well, I don't think so, because if I was a little asshole, guess what? I got put back in line. There was an authority figure there that was like, hey, you don't do that because that's a dickhead move.
Oh my God.
And you're going to grow up to be a dickhead. Not that I'm saying I'm not a dickhead now, but I am far less of a dickhead than those kids are going to be in their future.
I don't know. I mean, I also just think, we're definitely biased, but I feel like our nephews are not like that. I don't know.
Well, guess what? Because my brother tells him, hey, you don't do that.
Yeah, and I feel like
that's not what you should be doing. That's not the right thing to do. Think about other people. Think about the people around you.
They're hyper, they're sassy, but I just don't see them acting up like that.
I think what happens is people just tend to tell their kids that the world revolves around them. Mm-hmm. And then they go places as if that's the case. And then no one ever sets them straight because everyone's kind of just like, I don't want any problems. I don't want, I don't want that smoke. So, and then they grow up thinking everything's about them. And then they are the people that...
I'm so comfortable with our decision to not have children.
Yep. Every time we go into a kid-infested place, I'm like, yes.
I was in the post office when I left work, and it's a really big post office, and there was a kid...
Crimes?
Screaming at the top of his lungs up and down the postal box area, and it was just echoing, and no one... it was so loud, it was rattling my eardrums.
Yeah.
When there's a sharp slam, oh my God. I was just... And then you see the older one look at me staring because I'm completely distracted from what I'm there to do. And then the little girl goes, shh, to the other kid. And then you just see the parents chatting. I'm like,
come get your kid.
Top of their lungs, screeching.
We are now paying for your bad decisions.
And I can't fix my face. I have very aggressive, uncontrollable facial expressions.
Oh, you can tell how you're feeling at all times.
A toxic trait. I don't necessarily love it, but I was just looking around. My eyes were wide. My mouth was open. And I was just like, what is happening? And then the parents just walk by.
Yeah, when we were up in Fresno this last weekend, we went to In-N-Out. And there was a kid. It was 2 kids and 2 parents. They were all sitting at the same table. And this kid had a chair that squeaked. It's the loudest pitch of anything. It was so loud. And he kept doing it. And I kept looking over at him. And he was just like laughing. And the parents were just sitting there. Like, this whole fucking place hates you and your kids right now. And you are oblivious to anything. People lack that like self-aware, like situational awareness.
Well, their kids can't do no wrong. Their kids are just being silly. They're being kids, which
Your kid's an asshole.
They're to an extent. I mean, I get it, but come on. I also, again, I feel like we're biased because I don't think I would ever see any of the kids doing that.
No.
But I don't know. On planes, it's that age. God,
it's the worst.
It's a tough age. They're just so mean and they don't care.
They don't care.
God. Ugh. But you'll never know a love like a child. Oh, no.
I love pizza.
Yeah.
I love talking shit about children.
Again, I love pickles.
Yeah, that's true.
Are you kidding me? If I get a dog, do you know what will happen to me?
What?
I don't feel like...
I would hate my kid if it was an asshole.
I don't think you would.
Take it back. Put it back inside. I don't want it anymore.
I think, if you have a kid, I do feel like you probably obviously love your kid more. But I think I would just have such a hard time participating in other kid events. First of all, that kid would be friends with no other children because I literally could not go to any other. I couldn't handle it. You're not going to get me in a Chuck E. Cheese. And I know you do things for your kids that you would never do, but what? I'm not going to sign up for...
I have a wise man once said 3 very profound words.
Don't be a dummy, come on the tummy.
No.
That was 6 words.
That was a lot more words than I said. But 3 words, very profound and they cut deep. And those 3 words are fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids.
And those are words to live by.
I'm so sorry, you guys. I know we probably are going to offend all sorts of people. Please rain down the comments of
fuck them.
How we'll never know. What else do they say?
You're so selfish. You'll never know love. Like the population.
What's the point of having a uterus?
It is kind of problematic, though, that the people that shouldn't be having kids are having the most kids.
Oh, yeah.
And the people that would like create, well-rounded, thoughtful kids are like, nah.
Or they're not able to have kids. I know so many people that are like, would be such good parents and they're having a really hard time getting pregnant or doing whatever. And that sucks.
Yeah.
Because I know so many people that you look at these girls wrong and they get pregnant and they just take advantage. I don't want to say take advantage of that, but they have all these kids that they just aren't there for. Nor, I know there's like different circumstances for different people, but I know people that just have like 2 or 3 plus kids that do not give a fuck. And they just get pregnant and then they dump them on their parents because they don't want the lifestyle of having multiple kids. And then they pop in and out when they think that it's a good look to be a mom. And their parents are doing the best that they can raising their own. I mean, that's a whole different story, but
yeah, well, it's a problem. You don't get to pick and choose when to be a parent for Instagram.
Oh my God, no. So many people do.
You have to give up your entire existence for that person. You trade in your existence for someone else's existence. And people are, pretty selfish and they want to have their cake and eat it too. And it doesn't always work like that.
Also, I think the selfish argument that we are being selfish for not having kids. Kalila said something about it, and I saw another person say something about it that for women, it's the womanly instinct to have a child. And she was saying that she almost feels like it's her motherly instinct or her womanly instinct to not have a kid because she doesn't want that. She doesn't think that would be right for her or the kid. So her instinct is to not. And that's almost just as much as a motherly instinct is to have kids.
Yeah.
And I just don't feel like...
I think knowing yourself too, like, there's things like you don't want to create a child if you have like addiction in your past, or if you have like, some mental health well, I mean, do whatever you want to do, but I don't know. That just seems,
Yeah, and like if
you don't want to pass that shit down.
You don't want to pass that shit down, but you also like if you know that like I am an enabler.
Really?
I will let that child do whatever the hell they want, especially when they're in high school.
Well, that's what leads to tap on the glass.
Well, I know. I mean, listen, I don't know. Teach them a lesson. But in high school, they'll be like, I'm going to go to this party. People smoke cigarettes there. I'd be like, please just be safe. I'd rather no. And then they'd be like, okay, cool. I'm drinking alcohol in the back of some dude's truck. And it's like, I mean, I guess you're telling me, thanks for telling me. And then it's going to just, I'm going to be the cool mom that's terrified of punishing their children because I'm also afraid of abandonment. I can't bring that into somebody's life. Oh.
No, you can't. You can't. There's no winning.
That kid doesn't need this.
It's like, it's not if you're going to fuck your kid up. It's like how and how much.
Well, parents do the best they can. It's so hard to be a parent, which is 100% why we're not doing it. We're not.
Not want that.
We're not up for the task. And I think that that's very mature of us to not accept a task we're not willing to take.
Yep.
Just because everyone tells us it sounds like we're really trying to convince ourselves. But no, we've made up our mind. This is us convincing you that we're fine.
Yeah. Also, we don't have our parents to take care of our children.
It's too expensive.
It's too expensive. Childcare is expensive. In this economy, you want me to have a kid?
I don't know how people do it.
In this economy?
I can't even afford a new car.
I want a 2-bedroom apartment, dog.
I can't even commit to a new TV service, let alone commit to a child.
TV service? What are you talking about?
I don't know, like another one, like the Paramount or the
We were at our
AMC.
capacity.
No.
We're at capacity on that.
You sign me up for one more mailing list, I'm going to panic.
At the disco?
You want me to have a baby? No. Oh.
You would be so unpleasant pregnant.
Oh. I know.
You would be so unpleasant to be
I
around.
know. Think about what my bulging disc would do if there was a baby resting its entire body on it.
Maybe it would bulge it back.
When my friends who have been pregnant or are pregnant tell me like what is happening in their anatomy when they go get ultrasounds or like looked at, it's baffled. It's insane. It is so gnarly being pregnant. And it's just like, I'm never like, oh, I can't wait, Like
Why would you be excited about that?
Emily's baby was literally using her spine as a hammock and then stretching her legs all the way out just for fun. And she had gnarly sciatica to the point where she could not sit or stand or lay down comfortably for like 2 months.
You're just uncomfortable for 9 months and then you listen to crying and don't sleep for another 5 years.
And then you have to have a pain so great that they can't even hardly record it. No, it's just not, I don't know. It also seems like a very faulty design. You're telling me it's coming out of that hole? There's not a better system could have been in place?
It could have come out your butt.
Why couldn't it be an egg? Why is it not an egg?
You're not an amphibian.
Chickens lay eggs.
Those aren't.
They aren't amphibians, right?
No, they're
It's
not.
a fish. Turtle. Frog. Amphibian is the water. We were just at the aquarium, chicken. You need to get back on.
What was your favorite fish name?
The lump sucker. Fucking A, that was a good fish.
I took pictures of the funniest ones.
The lump sucker was my favorite. He was very small, shaped like a rock, and just planted
The Pacific spiny lump sucker.
Yeah, that one.
We also have the fragile urchin, who I relate to.
Mm-hmm. Spiny but fragile.
We have the sea gooseberry.
That's adorable.
Great. Wavy top snail and the warty sea
Cucumber.
cucumba. We have the northern feather duster worm.
Adorable.
Great. Orange shoulder tang and the 2-spot bristle tooth tang.
Ooh, fancy.
Big nose unicorn fish.
Adorable.
Ugly. That one was the ugly one.
The eel was the ugly one.
Yeah. And then we had, it's great. The eels are ugly.
The ones with like the fluorescent blue outlining, the gay men of the sea.
Fab.
I don't remember the names of those ones.
You don't need to. They left their mark visually on us.
They really did. Incredible fish.
The gayest fish in the ocean.
So beautiful.
Also, the seahorses were pretty cool.
I love that the men have the babies. I forgot about that fun fact. It's very interesting. Fish are very interesting. I could sit in front of that big tank all day.
You can do that.
I would.
Well, there's 3-hour parking at the aquarium, so you can't technically do that, but
3 hours is probably a good limit. I just don't know when would be a good time to go without kids. I mean, some kids, but not field trips.
there's no good day. Like I was saying, and I will stand by this, there needs to be at these places that tend to attract a lot of kids, strictly adult hours.
I will say I just saw a girl post that she went, I think last night. And it was like a nighttime thing at the aquarium. Everything, there was like fluorescent lit up stuff. They had drinks or something. I'll have to look into it.
Okay,
She
now
just
that's,
posted that.
I'm into that.
Yeah.
We got to do that.
Yeah. And I'm assuming there's obviously there might be some kids, but.
No. That's got to be infinitely better than the rambunctious nature of when we went yesterday.
Some of the kids are really funny, but some of them are just mean. Like that little girl that just pushed right by you. She walked right through your legs.
Oh my God. And we were waiting in line. There was a line. And then her mom was like, oh, sorry, it's my kid. And then she cut the line too.
Oh, yeah. Well, and then that other little girl.
They're two peas in a fucking pod.
You were touching the one of the things, the starfish. And then that other little girl just walked right, just right into your legs.
Like, I'm the main character.
Like,
get the hell out of my way.
First of all, your biggest task of the day is forming a single file line. That's all you assholes do all fucking days. Form lines and eat snacks. No peanut butter.
That sounds like a good life. Forming lines, eating snacks.
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly the rules that I hear about like elementary school now.
What's the rule?
You're like very strict types of snacks because there's so many kids with allergies now. And there's so many kids with peanut.
So you're telling me I can't enjoy peanut butter crackers because some dickhead has a weak immune system?
Yeah, no, you can't have any of that. There's like there's a whole bunch of stuff you can't bring. Like I'm assuming gluten is on that list, and because there's so many kids with allergies and diet restrictions now.
We're gonna implode as a society.
It's just, I mean, it's very.
The future wars are gonna be fought with arrows with peanut butter on the tip of the thing.
It's super shitty when kids have really bad allergies. It's really hard on everyone, but it's wild. It's the same reason why they don't serve peanuts in the airplanes anymore. So many people have peanut allergies. Okay,
but I will say that I appreciate because the new snack mix that they got on them joints is like a honey mustard cheese Chex Mix, and that they've leveled up their snacks. I was on there the other day. I got like a date nut bar and a chocolate quinoa crisp cookie. Infinitely better than those dumbass peanuts.
Those other cookies are my favorite. I think they only have those on American.
Oh, the Biscoff? Yeah, those are strictly. Well, no, I think Delta has them.
They're so good. Where did we go when I got like 7 of them? Because you asked that nice lady.
Okay, first of all, you're glossing over the fact that you were too scared to ask for 2 cookies.
Oh, I was so scared. I asked
it doesn't come out of their pocket. They'll give you 700 of them.
The last lady or the last flight that I was on, it was like you pick one or the other, and I was like, "Can I have both?" And she's like, "Yeah." And she slipped me both, and then she walked by again with the car, and she goes, "Do you guys need anything else?" I was like, "Can I have another one?" She gave me both again. She fucking knew.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. They don't care.
They don't care.
They don't give a shit.
She was so nice.
She'll give you Biscoffs galore.
I'm so scared to ask people questions. I don't like inconveniencing people with my cookie questions.
Same, but also those Biscoffs are great. It's also like, don't give me a Biscoff at 6 a.m.
Oh my God.
I'm on a
give
6
him-
a.m. flight. I don't want Biscoff for breakfast.
Oh my God. They're
However,
so
those
good.
Stroop waffles, which are very rare, but when you get those, you're going to have a great day.
Those are good. I don't know why the ones on the plane are so good, but that one is good.
That's a great day.
Yeah.
You get that's the best probably airplane snack.
Did you know they make Biscoff cookie butter?
Are you in like a forum where they just, announce sugar snacks? Why do you know about like year 2025 snacks already? It reminds me of like that part next Friday.
Instagram.
You know about all the year 2000 snacks.
I'm pretty sure
Twinkie got a new.
they're out already. I don't need to look it up. But I'm pretty sure they're out already.
What?
The Biscoff butter.
We're not getting that, and I don't want it in the house. I don't trust you to have that in the house.
What if we did a separate podcast? It's just me. I try all the snacks that I want to try.
Diabetes. It's a drive-by. Diabetes. How does that sound? Do you want to die?
Diabetes?
Yeah. You're not going to be able to diabetes this.
Well, sorry, folks, for
If there's one lesson we've learned here, it's fuck them kids.
we apologize.
Stop letting your kids be assholes.
For real, though.
Stop letting your kids be assholes. It's super not worth it.
I really wasn't expecting myself to lash out like that. I feel like Emily really entered my soul.
It was like that one time when that lady was, you yelled at that lady from our balcony downtown.
Oh, I did yell at her.
Sometimes, like, it's only when animals are involved. Like, you don't care if, like, a fight's happening. You can literally walk on by fine if it's two humans.
Oh, yeah.
But if
it's not
there's
my
an
business.
animal involved, you need to be publicly shamed.
I think about that a lot because that was peak COVID when all of us were on our balconies.
That had like early ages of the earth, like Colosseum vibes. Like you inspired the whole roundabout of apartment buildings to start shaming this lady from their balconies.
She was hitting her dog so hard. And there was like a scuffle between her dog and another dog. And she like
Her dog was off leash, by the way.
grabbed her dog and was like repeatedly hitting it as hard as he could. And like, I know the dog, whatever, training people, I know that there's like some acceptable amount of like smacking your dog or whatever. I don't know. But this was so much.
Yeah, it was excessive.
And it was
And
like,
then she yelled from our balcony, like, stop hitting your dog.
yeah.
And then obviously that brought everyone else out onto their balconies. And people were just, I think there was a chant started at one point.
Well, someone called the cops on her because because so many people were out on their balconies. I just happened to be out there.
Yeah.
And I had seen the scuffle. And then I think somebody else also said like, hey, don't hit your dog. But then I just started screaming like someone was being murdered.
Yeah.
And then everyone else was watching. And it was to the point where people could come out and she was still hitting the dog.
Yeah.
And somebody from our building called the cops and she lived in that other catty corner building. And she yelled at me to come down and fight her or something. I was like, it's COVID. I can't fight you right now. And
You could have knocked her out.
And
I think it's just dogs are just inherently good. Like they don't have a bad bone in their body. And when you start to beat that dog, if you hurt that dog's feelings, we have issues. You're going to get a fist.
You're going to fucking get one just right to your face because that's not fair.
Knuckle sandwich.
And if the dog, I mean, I'm also not a dog
Also,
trainer.
put your dog on a fucking leash.
Yeah, it was the pee-pee mountain and that's where dogs go pee-pee. But, you have a dog that may or may not be dog aggressive that is off the leash and you're not paying attention. So it's not the dog's fault.
No, it's not the
dog is
dog's
being a
fault. It's
dog.
your fault. You need to look in the mirror and see what's going on with you because that is a problem.
It's a problem. And it's like if your dog misbehave, I'm sure there's a better way to fucking deal with it than literally repeatedly smacking it as hard as you could.
In a public forum.
And then I remember she like gave up because like people were yelling and she was yelling back and then she gave up and was like sauntering back to her apartment. And then the cops came. And then I saw the guy that called them and he walked out and had gone and talked to him. I'm assuming nothing came of it because
Don't beat your dog, lady.
probably weren't able to find her, but
Don't beat your dog.
That was when the block used to be hot. When everyone used to, nothing got by that neighborhood. That little four corner area downtown.
People died.
Lots of
fires.
Lots of shootings, fires.
Fire trucks, ambulances, cop cars. There was that guy that got in the high-speed chase right by our building and then had a standoff in the dumpster.
At the high school.
That was like the hot spot of downtown.
Yeah.
Nothing really happened down in Gaslamp, but just north, baby.
Remember those Chevys with the train horns? It was funny the first time, but go back to East County.
There's like, why did you make your whole entire personality a giant truck?
Your Chevy is not that cool.
It's not that cool. And especially like they have these big old trucks and then it gets a little bit dirty and they're like, ugh.
Do you remember the 8 o'clock clapping that they would do for the healthcare workers?
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, right when the healthcare workers that work 8 to 8 are just getting off and getting home and want to sleep, and it's just like right outside their window, like, "Hey, we appreciate you," and they're like, "Shut the fuck up! I'm trying to go to bed."
Peeling the trash bags and N95 masks off their body.
Yeah, the 3 masks.
Oh god, what a time to be alive!
What a
I
time.
think we already talked about COVID a little bit at one point, but
we definitely did.
I just look at all of the memories of from 3 years ago, what we were doing.
We really thought we were going to die as a society. We were convinced that this was the fall of man.
I thought we were all really going to care about each other for a minute there, and then
we did, but it was brief.
It was like a week.
Yeah, it was very short lived.
There was like the stay home stickers on Instagram.
Be nice to your neighbor.
Yeah, where, it was even before everyone was wearing masks. It was like that first week of just everyone stay home. We can do this. It's just a week. And then
people were like, fuck that.
Fucking orange idiot was like, what if we didn't stay home for a week?
What if you just drank bleach and then went outside?
Have you tried drinking bleach? Have they tried? That's my best. I can't do it.
You sound like a mix of Donald Trump and the Apparently Kid.
Did he do it? Apparently.
Can we talk about the rock and roll marathon?
Oh. You want me to drop F-bombs? You want to bring that up and me drop F-bombs? No F-bombs?
We're going to talk about it without dropping F-bombs.
It is effing. If you live in San Diego and you live in the little chunk of space, like North Park, Hillcrest, Mission Hills, downtown.
Well, it goes through like Point Loma too.
Golden Hill. It is a nightmare. The Rock and Roll Marathon. What is it for? Do they donate the money?
I have no idea.
It's
every year we're so mad because it literally shuts down the city until noon. If you want to go get breakfast, guess what? You can't.
You want to come visit anywhere downtown, North Park? You want to go on the 163 for 5 seconds? It's not happening. You cannot get in or out. You are blocked, and every street is blocked. It just doesn't make sense. They literally do not give a flying fart about the residents.
It's especially worse now. It was bad when we lived a little further away because like a little bit of university would get closed, but now our entire front street is closed. Like we're blocked in.
We are on the route.
In from like until noon.
And the freeway, all of the surrounding freeway exits, right when you think you are close or you are far enough away from the route, you're blocked.
You're in it. You cannot escape it.
It's so frustrating. And I forgot about when we moved downtown because I thought maybe we would be safe, but it goes right through downtown.
Yep. It's the worst. And it's happening soon.
Next weekend.
It's happening next weekend.
You're going to hear about it.
Technically this weekend because this comes out next week.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's the worst. I'll make sure to take some videos. I'm making signs.
What are you running from? I think it's a good one.
That's a great one.
What are you running from?
What are you running from? Also, what no one likes. Well, obviously people like it because they keep doing it. People like it.
There's a lot of people that do it.
It's so frustrating.
People do marathons. Marathoners, tell us why. We want to know.
You suckers.
Why can't you just run recreationally? Why do you have to be in an organized group full of other people and get a free t-shirt, donate money to a cause that's probably not going to anything?
Preach, sister.
For a medal?
Preach.
You don't need that validation. You're already running. It's terrible. Just keep doing it.
Yeah, and the worst part is there's going to be people cheering right outside of our apartment. And remember last year it woke us up
early.
It woke us up because it's periodic. One person will come by, they're like, woo, and then it'll stop. And then another person will run by like 30 seconds later and it'll be like, woo. It's just constant until, God, it's so annoying.
Who do we talk to? Gloria, Todd Gloria.
Is that our mayor?
That's our mayor.
Big gay Todd.
Big gay Todd, as Uncle Phil says. He's gay, and that's a term of endearment from another gay man. So okay,
yeah, we said it in a lighthearted manner. We're not talking crap.
I don't know. I did a 5K. I've actually done 2 5Ks before.
So you've done 10Ks.
I did one for this girl that got kidnapped and murdered. Remember Chelsea? I can't remember her last name.
Handler?
No, it was when we were in high school and that guy murdered her off of Del Dios.
Okay, continue.
Anyway, there was a fucking 5K. They shut down the freeway. We walked on the 163 and all through Hillcrest. I'm sure that was
What are you walking for? Is this before GoFundMe?
I mean, I guess. I don't know.
Nowadays, like, why doesn't the Rock and Roll Marathon just start a GoFundMe? Like, hey, listen, run on your own time, but just like give us the money. And then
what would you do if my family was a turkey trot family? What if they were like a marathon family? Would you participate? I don't think I would participate if that was your family either. I am pretty well known for really absorbing the lifestyle that I'm in. Like I'm okay with that. I can wear many hats. But if I'm
not running on holidays. I'm not getting up. I don't like organized anything. Organized running is the dumbest idea. Just run on your own time. You can run 28. How many miles is it? 26.2?
Too many.
You can.
It's too many.
It's 26.2 many miles.
26.2 many miles. Go to the beach. They've got 26.2 miles of beach. You could probably run on.
That's also a good sign. 26.2 many miles.
Yeah. And that's a good sign.
Yeah.
You know, good luck. Hope you all don't get shin splints or whatever.
I'm going to shame people.
Don't they shit in their pants when they have to poop and they're on the run? Don't they shit their pants? Or like piss their pants? What is that for? You have the option of not doing that.
You have 2 options in life. You can run and shit and piss on yourself, or you can just not do that.
You just not do it.
Life's about choices.
I know so many people. I mean, I don't know people well that run marathons because that's just not going to be any of our friends. Felicia trained, I think, for a marathon, technically.
Why didn't she do it?
I don't know if she ended up doing the marathon because I think she was just wanted to be able to do it. I don't know. But I don't know. We have a lot of marathons here. I know people that run on their own for that many miles all the time. Mm-hmm. They don't need a medal.
You don't need a medal.
I don't know.
You don't need validation. You don't need outside validation. Look inward and sleep in a little bit. And don't clog up the roads.
You know, we've learned a lot about us today. We don't want kids and we hate organized exercise events. You know what I do think would be cool? Not that it's time.
Yeah, I got to take this phone call. Well, that was a fruitful phone call.
That was good. He's so nice.
I know.
Good friends, dude.
Well, he's just selfless.
Yeah, he does not.
He really doesn't care.
He really doesn't.
He's just like, yeah, come down. Make some magic.
Yeah.
So I
rep the brand.
Yeah, that's great. So hopefully, I don't know, maybe we can start recording there.
Are we going to record our goofy, silly goose one?
I don't know. We'll see.
In like a very cool...
I don't know. We'll see.
What is that genre of clothing?
Cybergoth.
Yeah. Street tech or whatever.
Maybe. We'll see. I forgot where we were. But let's wrap it up.
What do you want to wrap it in? tissue paper,
No,
crepe paper.
you gotta do a PSA.
Oh man, we really
This entire fucking show has been a PSA.
really was. I was gonna say we really tore a couple different groups of people apart. People that, which is, you know, if you really break it down for the basics of what we're complaining about, it's like two things that make people very, you know, basic: wanting to have children and enjoying exercise. Which, who are we to judge?
Yeah.
But you know what? Just knock it off.
Just knock it off.
Knock it off. You know, do your thing. Do whatever you want to do. It is, you know, the more common thing for people to want to have kids, but it's just too expensive.
Just too expensive.
PSA, what is my PSA? I feel like we really covered the aquarium behavior. We really covered the exercise for leisure, not for show. PSA. What is my PSA? Go get your oil changed. I did that. Gave myself a treat after of some sour gummy bears. Yes. You know, just do, if you have an overwhelming to-do list and you're trying to get it all done and you're trying, because my brain, I'm going to try to get everything done. I'm going to do this on my way to that. I'm going to try to do this, but I always forget to do something. Just do one little thing. Check one little thing off.
Yeah.
If it's getting a haircut, get the haircut. Just one thing. You got to go take something to the post office. Make a return. Return your Amazon packages. They're sitting there. They're ready.
Says the girl who had me return her Amazon packages.
I did my own this last time. 2 days before the date, but you know, we live on the edge, baby.
We don't need to live on the edge. We can live far from the edge if we want to.
You know, we could.
We can live far from the edge.
The problem is when I have a lot of time before the edge is here.
You and the edge are best friends.
Me and the edge see each other a lot.
Yeah, you're not a stranger to the edge.
No, we are frequent visitors of each other. Sometimes the edge comes to me. I don't even know it's coming. I didn't even know it was here.
Yeah.
And yet there's the fucking edge. Shit.
You should marry the edge.
I can't marry the edge. It's a toxic relationship.
What if you marry Edge the wrestler?
Who's that? Is that John Cena?
Did I say John Cena?
Is it Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
Did I say Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
Is it Batista?
It's the Edge. His name. Well, it's not the Edge. His name is Edge.
You got edged. Edging is sexy time.
We're not getting into that. This has been Coop Therapy.
Coop Therapy. Have a good night.